A New York Jets star just revealed the shocking truth behind the last couple months with the New York Jets and where the team is moving going forwards and what the deal is with the Aaron Glenn situation and everyone's true feelings with the Jets on Aaron Rodgers, and we're going to break all of it down. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Jets Digest. It's Chris here, and we're going to jump right into things. If you guys are part of that 74% that's not subscribed to Jets Digest, this is the place to be for all New York Jets videos. But let's jump into things because we have a lot to talk about. One of the stars of the New York Jets, one of their best players on the team, recently spoke out. This guy right here recently revealed the truth on the New York Jets, where things are going, the hiring of Aaron Glenn, and what the deal is with the New York Jets moving forwards. And that guy is none other than Quincy Williams. Quincy Williams is a very outspoken player in the New York Jets. He's not allowed, or he's not afraid to reveal how he feels on certain situations. Same thing as his brother Quinnen Williams, who tweeted out that after Rodgers was gone, he said, "I guess it's another tanking year for me." And then obviously Quinnen Williams and Aaron Glenn, the new head coach, did discuss everything. And well, this is very interesting to talk about, considering Quincy Williams is a free agent over next season. He's on his final year of his contract this season, so things are going to definitely have an impact on the way everything goes this season, on how much Quincy Williams will want to re-sign. And obviously, Quincy Williams' future with the Jets certainly ties to Quinnen Williams' future with the Jets. So the New York Jets essentially do have a lot to deal with in this situation. Now, diving into what Quincy Williams said, he was asked about Aaron Glenn. Glenn obviously being the new head coach for a little bit now, and Glenn has made it a point to talk to everyone on the New York Jets, get in contact with all of them, and just discuss how everything's going, what their views are, and really just get a feel for his group, which is an absolutely excellent thing for a head coach to do. You love that Aaron Glenn is being very hands-on. It's a great sign for the newest Jets head coach. And Quincy Williams talked about Aaron Glenn and said nothing. No, I'm kidding. He said, "I've talked to Aaron Glenn a couple of times, and I'm very excited. He's one of those coaches that is straightforward with you. The first thing he said was, I came here to win, not to rebuild, and I'm on the same page as him and ready to win." So what's even interesting is when Quinnen Williams tweeted out, "I guess it's going to be another tanking year for me," when Aaron Glenn talked to him, you have to imagine, first of all, don't go out there and start saying stuff like that. And on top of all that, no, it's not. I have no plans in us losing a ton of games. I don't plan on us being a bad team next year. We are going to win games. It doesn't matter what our roster looks like. We are not taking anything. We're not going to let teams just beat us up and say, "Oh, same old Jets, we're going to beat them." Aaron Glenn has made it a point to show that they have no plans of losing. And Darren Mougey has echoed that statement, saying, "Nope, we don't plan on tanking. We don't plan on losing at all." These guys are winners. They want to win right now. They have no interest in losing a bunch of football games. Now, that doesn't mean the Jets are not going to be sort of tanking next season anyway. They very well likely might be going for a high pick, but want to build that culture of losing is not acceptable. It's not an option. We're not A-okay with it because of a top draft pick, which is absolutely the right thing to do if you're the head coach. Yeah, if the team, unfortunately, doesn't win enough games, then maybe, I just bit my tongue, then maybe the team ends up with a franchise quarterback in an Arch Manning, in a Nico Elamaliava, in a Drew Aller, in multiple other guys who could pop up and be a top pick in the NFL draft at quarterback next season. The New York Jets are aware they can enter that position to do so, but at the same time, what they're also going to do is whatever it takes to build this culture that losing is not an acceptable option. We saw with Dan Campbell with the Detroit Lions, a team that Aaron Glenn was a huge part of, being the defensive coordinator, that they did lose that first season. They lost a lot that first season, but they instilled a culture that wasn't okay, and that every time they won, they're going to celebrate it because it's what they're built to do. They're built-in winners. They're going to take the wins very, very, very happily, and then when they lose games, they're not going to be okay with it. They're not going to sit around and be like, "Oh, we'll get them next time." They're not going to be the Robert Salehs and Jeff Obricks of the world saying there's always next week. That's not how Aaron Glenn's going to run things. If you lose, Aaron Glenn is going to really give it to you. So that is exactly what the New York Jets need. It's what Quinnen Williams wants. It's what Quincy Williams wants as well. It's what this New York Jets team is built to do. Sauce Gardner's been open about the same thing. He has no plans of losing football at all. And the New York Jets have a very exciting defense. Obviously, Quincy Williams is a huge part of that, along with his brother. And along with that, Sauce Gardner, Jamie Sherwood, who the Jets have to re-sign. But when talking about Jamie Sherwood and the Jets' plans of re-signing him, you also look at Quincy Williams' contract, and that's something to be aware of. He's got 1 year left on his deal also, and Jamie Sherwood's out of years. He's a free agent. Quincy has 1 year left, and he's going to want a bigger contract after taking a bit of a pay cut with the Jets last time around to stick around with a team that he enjoyed playing for, especially being with his brother. So Quincy's not going to do that again. Also, especially this is his best chance at a big contract coming up on age 30. It's going to be this time for Quincy Williams to get his big deal. And the New York Jets, it's a question if they're going to give it to him. But Aaron Glenn has echoed the same statement. If you want to be here, then you're going to play here. If you don't want to play here, thank you for your service. You can go. That is what Aaron Glenn has been about. And Quincy Williams, a man who last year had 2 sacks as an outside linebacker, on top of that, 74 tackles, 4 forced fumbles this season. Quincy's an excellent player. He's a one-time All-Pro as well. He's been one of the best players on the New York Jets these past couple of years. He's a very important piece to this New York Jets team. And the Jets, they understand they're going to have to pay Jamie and Sherwood a good amount. And they understand they're going to have to pay Quincy Williams a good amount. But both of these guys want to be on the New York Jets, and that echoes what Aaron Glenn wants. And Aaron Glenn is going to have no problem having both those guys on the New York Jets. Now, they'll have another, Jamie and Sherwood will likely be the middle linebacker, so they'll need another linebacker out there, potentially 2, depending on what schemes they're going to run. But these 2 are going to be their key 2 guys. I mean, Sherwood has the most tackles in the NFL last season. Quincy Williams, forced 4 fumbles, is an excellent linebacker in every sense of the word. You have a lot of talent already on this roster, especially on the defensive end. It's about keeping it. So, not like the defensive end, the position, like on the defensive side of things. But when it comes down to it, the New York Jets, they desperately need to show up and show what all this is actually about. Now, on top of that, they did let Aaron Rodgers go, as we all know by now, and Quincy Williams also spoke on that, saying Aaron Rodgers didn't fail. The Jets failed as a team. I played defense. They score points on me. You can't put that it didn't succeed for Aaron alone. No, it didn't succeed for the Jets as a whole. That is what you want to hear out of a leader in Quincy Williams, that it's not just on Aaron Rodgers. Yes, Rodgers should have played better than he did. He was clearly rusty coming off that Achilles injury. His clock management was weirdly bad. But on top of that, it is not just on Aaron Rodgers that things went poorly. It is on the whole New York Jets team, and this is exactly something that Aaron Glenn is going to love out of Quincy Williams. Quincy Williams embodies everything. He literally embodies everything of what it means to be a New York Jet, or at least what Aaron Glenn and the New York Jets fans want it to mean to be a New York Jet. You have that grit. You have that New York grit and determination that no one's going to walk all over you. No one's going to take your lunch money from you. That is exactly what the New York Jets want to portray, and that is why Aaron Glenn is here, to show that, to show them we don't back down to anybody. We are New York. This is what we do here. And Sauce Gardner's been about that. He said that he doesn't ever want to leave the Jets. Quinnen Williams is not going to let anyone run over him. Quincy Williams has been the same. The Jets have a lot of dogs on this team. Garrett Wilson is not about that. He's not going to let anyone walk all over him. This is a team that they want to build around dogs. And the Jets, they have some already. It's just a matter of bringing in the rest of the personnel. And Darren Mougey and Aaron Glenn are going to understand exactly how to do that. And I do trust this front office a lot to get it done. But we're going to see how all that goes. We have a lot of good content coming to you guys. We have a pretty surprising video that I don't think you guys are expecting coming up probably today. So you guys do not want to miss out on that. So make sure you subscribe to Jets Digest, like this video, turn on post notifications. Have a great day, guys, and go Jets.